Here we demonstrate how to make monoclinic crystals of sulfur from the usual yellow powder, the flowers of sulfur that are on the laboratory bench. Heat the sulfur evenly, make sure the solid lumps get dissolved, and you should end up with a pale orange liquid, roughly about 118 degrees centigrade. The pale orange liquid is where you have the S8 molecules in the liquid state. If you heat it beyond this, the S8 molecules open up into the S8 chains, which themselves polymerize, and the solution goes from a light orange color to a dark red viscous liquid. You don't want that. See later on. Pour the light orange liquid into a folded filter paper and wait for a crust to start to form on the surface of the liquid, and then open up. Be aware there will be some liquid sulfur in the filter paper, and you don't really want to burn your fingers with that. You'll notice that the sharp needles shaped monoclinic crystals will form. If you heat the sulfur up to the dark red end, you can pour that in water to cool it down rapidly, and you will have formed plastic sulfur. This form of sulfur is quite stretchy initially, but after letting cool down, the molecules will rearrange, forming the hard yellow sulfur that we're more used to. It's quite a novelty. There is a third type of sulfur that you can prepare, third allotrope, and that's rhombic sulfur crystal shapes, but that uses carbon disulfide as a solvent, which is not allowed in schools. When you're heating sulfur, there is some potential to burn the sulfur, forming sulfur dioxide, which is not particularly good for asthmatics, whether it's the students or you as the demonstrator. To minimize that possibility, when you fill the test tube or boiling tube with sulfur, make sure you clean the outside of any powdered particles that are going to burn in contact with the flame. Secondly, do not put the open end of the tube anywhere near the flame. There is either some vapor or some particles that get excited that can catch fire, and you'll know when it's burning because you'll get the bright blue flame of sulfur. The easiest way to put this out is to put the tube onto a heat-proof mat and make use of your sand bucket. Simply put a handful of sand onto the sulfur to smother it. You'll ruin the tube, but it's the easiest way of putting out a sulfur fire.